What up YouTube, your boy Mr. Scam here to start a little how to build your model airport series. I said I was going to do it Tuesday after the update, but by then it was about 4 o'clock and I really couldn't be asked. It's about 4 o'clock now and I really can't be asked, but I'm going to do it anyway, just keep you guys happy, keep to my promises and stuff. So in this second episode, we will be going over measurements and stuff. The last episode was planning and preparation, so please go and check that out. Please go check that out to get the information on that one so you don't miss an episode. I'm not going to cover any of what I covered last week in this week's episode, or I'm going to try and avoid the subject. But yeah, let's crack on with measurements. At the moment you're looking at my new model, as I said on Tuesday, and the China Airlines SkyTeam Livery 747, made by JC Wings. I really like this model. Their 747 mold is very similar, well, is near enough exactly the same as the Gemini Jets one, but this is what looks weird to me. Does that rear bit there, the rear section with the rear door is by the little SkyTeam logo, does that look too thin to you? Because to me it looks really thin. I don't know why. If I look at this, this doesn't look thin at all. But for some reason the China Airlines it does. But yeah, this is made by JC Wings and it's a very nice model. I'm not going to go into a review now. Of course we got other subjects to attend on. So first thing I want to cover is gates. Now as you can see, these are gates. I don't even have two A380s out. Oh, screw. But these are the 380 stands. We got 747 stand, regional stands there. These can hold up to a Dash 8 Q400, 767 stands, 757, and that's all the same over there. But yeah, stands. So let me just shift this area here. I will also cover the runway and the taxiway dimensions that you're going to want. So yes. Okay. I've literally just drawn this up now. It's all the dimensions you're ever going to need. So let me get an overhead view for you guys. There we go. It's focused. So if you want, pause the video now or watch on and come back to this point. It's 2 minutes 40 seconds to save you guys looking. So yeah, let's come back to these later on in the video. So yeah. Okay. This is the gates. We got length times width, which is this side times coming down. All of these dimensions will include a 2 cm road, which is perfect for if you have Herper vehicles and Gemini Jets vehicles. They'll have enough clearance as well to start driving and stuff. So that's fine. And then every stand includes a 1 cm clearance, but the A380 stands have 2 cm. Just because the wings are so colossal, I wanted to make sure they were definitely clear. So if we can, I'm not going to go too far in depth. This video shouldn't be too long. A380 stand 24 cm by 22, etc. Blah blah blah. Pause the video to get those. Take a photo of it, whatever. So you can have it handy for when you come to all your dimensions. As I say in the top left corner, all measurements are in centimeters. In other words, 24 centimeters and stuff. That's the gates. That's all you gotta do is just look at that, pause it, take a snapshot, whatever. And now we can crack onto taxiways. Taxiways. This is slightly, I wouldn't say harder to understand. The initial, I have got. If I just move the BA78 out of the way, move this out the way. Then with this BA out the way. Taxiways. They are all taxiways are 7.5 centimeters wide. I say on there all the tarmac, which is this grey bit. So have it maximum or minimum of 7.5 centimeters, and then you can add grass onto either side and stuff. I've also got a table for this, so let's crack onto this table, so then you can pause it, take a snapshot, and then crack on. Okay, taxiways is near enough exactly the same. There we go. Near enough exactly the same as the gates. An A380 taxiway has to have 22 centimeters in width In other words, 11 centimeters aside. So if you have 11 centimeters, if you have an A380, mine's over there and I can't reach it, you can only have issues. This, for example, BA78. This comes under a 747 stand. The 787. Say if this 747 has a wing on a thing of 17 and a centerline of 8.5. In other words, nothing past this can go any further than 8.5 centimeters. So say if it's not even there. Say if this Iberia is on 7.5, that's not alright, because then it's still going to collide. 8.5 centimeters, it's like the next thing you're going to want to start, something like that. If when you're adding two taxiways together, for example what I've done over there for Bravo and this Alpha taxiway, as I just said, make sure it's at least 22 width. Well, make sure from the centre line it's 11 width that way if you want it to be a 380, and this one's a 767, which has a clearance of 6.5, so 6.5 centimeters from the taxiway. There we go. That should leave plenty of room for both aircraft to get through and flow. So yeah, that's literally, if you're just gonna have two taxiways side by side, add the CL clearance, which can mean is clearance or it can mean centerline. So if you measure out 22, measure out put a line in the centerline first of all, then do, what is it? Centerline is in the middle, 7.5, so 3.75 centimeters between the centerline and the end of the tarmac, and then you can do whatever. So yeah, that's the centerline, that's the taxiway. Next is hold shorts. These are very, very, very difficult to make, and I'm going to cover a little bit what I said in the last video. If you didn't see it, my way of cutting my lines, which is why they're so sharp, well, most of the time, I use a Stanley knife and masking tape. Literally for these, it is ridiculously hard because they are such small measurements. I'll get them in here. So there goes, it focuses. Still can't see half it. They are 1.25 centimeters wide. They are the width of the taxiway. Each one of these lines here, these little dash lines, are 0.5 centimeters each, and then the space in the middle is also 0.5. Then what have we got? The width of the yellow lines is 0.25 centimeters, in other words 25 millimeters. Then the bit in the middle is 0.8 centimeters, which is really small. This is why you need a ruler, a sharp pencil, and make sure the lines are straight. You don't want wonky taxi, like you don't want wonky hold shorts. And what I didn't put on the sheet, what you're gonna want to do, you don't just start your taxiway from, let's say here. You want to start from the edge of the runway. You want to do 12.5 centimeters up, and then start the whole point. Well, actually, this is where we're at. That should be 12.5 from the top line. My ruler is... Oh, don't know, it's gone missing. Here it is. I can't seem to find it anywhere. Under here? Here it is. Ta-da. I found it. Okay, so this should be 12.5 from the line, as it is. As you can see there, the start line is 12.5. That means no aircraft can go past, well, really this top line, but it's really the whole hold short. But even if they do go past the whole thing, I'm going to have to grab my 380. There we go. There we go, that's the 380. Even if it does go past the whole short, there's plenty clearance. The main thing is for the ILS there, which of course is clear of everything, whatever direction, blah blah blah, what I said in the first video. So yeah, make sure the whole point is 12.5 centimeters, and then you can start doing your work down or up, either your way. Normally, well, as you can see, I've put the dash lines first, which on this top one over here, I made the mistake of doing the dashed lines first, and I just said that wrong. I did the solid line first and then the dashed lines. On this one I did the dashed lines first and then the solid lines. That's wrong. Don't follow this one up here, that one, just ignore that. Just follow that one. Then this one over here I completely forgot about is a general taxiway hold short. A black solid line with yellow dots in the middle. That's exactly the same width as the normal hold points, I believe anyway. I think it is. Actually, it doesn't look like it. It's not 1.25, it's like 0.75. So that's 0.75 wide, and the dash in the middle is of course half a cent. Can't be half a centimetre. Actually, I've got no idea about that. Don't really cover that one. Just do a line about 0.75 wide and then just work from that. Make it look cool. But yeah, that brings us to the end of the taxiways. Now is the runway segment. I'll get you a nice view. Let me move the Malaysian. Let me move the BA. Move Machana Airlines. BBJ. And TAM. Very good. Okay. I might have to move the iPad back a bit. There we go. Okay, so here we have my table again. My diagram of the runway. Once again, take a snap, pause it, take a snap and all that shit, use it, then come back to the video. And that has all the measurements you're ever going to want. I'm just going to go explain them now. So, the first measurement, the runway is 12.5 centimeters wide. This is exactly the same width as Heathrow. You can either do it if you want, go onto Nats, get the charts up, get the runway width and divide it by 400. It will be 12.5 centimeters. Then these lines here are from the edge to the star of the line is 0.75. From the from the right side of the line to the left side of the line, the width of this line is 1.75. Width of the gap 1.75, and so on, blah blah blah. This is 0.75 like this side. Should be symmetrical. Should end up with five solid lines and five unmarked lines in total, 5 blank lines in total. That's including this one and this one put together. So in theory, just 4 complete ones and 2 halves. Next is from the end of the line to the start of the numbers. This is 2 centimeters. Then from the bottom of the numbers to the top, 7 centimeters. The width of the lines I didn't put down on the sheet. Let me just measure this. Is 6. So it's 7. Oh no, wait. No, it's 7 wide and 6 long. So from bottom to top is 6. From left to right is 7. Then there's a 1 centimeter gap in the middle, which makes this 4. That one is 3. Ooh. I just noticed that's wrong. Ah, shit. Otherwise the O would have been really wide, and I couldn't fit a 3. Actually, that is 3. Oh, result, that is correct. So the numbers themselves are 3 by, of course, 6. So I'm not going to go through all the numbers for you. That's your own way to do it. I'll just say this 0 is 1 centimeter, 1 centimeter, 1 centimeter, 1 centimeter. Literally everywhere apart from the height. Literally with this tutorial I'm giving you all of the measurements I spent my time on. So you guys to work out these numbers is very little work, to be honest, in my opinion anyway. I'm not being a dick by not giving you the numbers. It would have taken me loads of time to do each individual number and its measurements, and the time to go through it would be ridiculous. So yeah, the numbers you're going to have to work out yourselves. Just fit in, just make sure the number looks right. The main width of the number is continuously 1 centimeter. That should give you enough room to play with. The 5 should be near enough exactly the same as the 2, just a longer thing and more of a round. But yeah, let's crack on to the next marking. all these 3 markings, as you can see, 1, 2, 3, there. These are all 12 centimeters, bottom to top, and 3 centimeters left to right. They're just all differently organised and stuff. But yeah, I just forgot about that. From top of the number to bottom of the start of the marking, that is 5.25 centimeters. Then, actually, I forgot about to cover from edge of the runway to the right side of the number is 2.75 centimeters. It's getting all confusing now because I'm just saying numbers with stuff added in between. But if you're doing something like this marking, from bottom of the marking to the top of the marking is 4 centimeters, and the width, of course, is 1.5. That's the same with this one. That's the same with this one. You just do them out so it's in a pattern as such. This one is the easiest one ever to make because all you got to do is literally mask off a corner. Just do a line of masking tape. Then to make that line 3 centimeters wide, and of course bottom to top is 12 centimeters long. This top one is near enough exact. Is just as simple as this one. All you got to do is 1.5 left to right. That's it. Then I didn't do any other marking, so I'm not going to cover any other possible markings you might want to do. But yeah, that's really it for the marking out section. I forgot about these. These grid lines. You can add them in if you want. You can make your own things. I'm not going to cover because, of course, these gates are go from this here. Of course, it goes up for a bit, then goes across, then up. But these gates over there on the expansion is just general squares because I really, it took me loads of time to get the corner bits in, to get the curve, like the little sharp cone. They look good, but then they're really annoying and they take forever to make, so I didn't bother that with the expansion. I just did squares, and I haven't even put on the red danger. It takes the danger of a jetway. Just do a square with a red square. Well, just do loads of dash diagonal lines in red by the gate, and it would look fine. There's no real measurements towards them. But yeah, that's about it. Once again, I'll leave you with. I'll do another one of these. Oh, Sky Team's in the way. Picture on my arm. There you go. It's all in focus. Let's go up here. That's all in focus. You can go pause it, snap a shot now. Then I'll leave you a photo of my Sky Team in a very unrealistic position. But yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching. I'll hopefully the next episode. I don't know. I'm not really gonna do the next episode practically because I'm not building an airport myself. But next episode I will go through a very, very, very basic demonstration of how. Actually, I don't even know if I'll do that. I will do a next episode, I just don't know what on yet, so it's going to be a surprise, so stay tuned for the surprise. I might do marking out for the land side, because I'm still got to do this little bit over here. But yeah, that's it. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this update. How to build video. Yeah, I'll see you in the next airport update, or maybe if I get my graphics card back, a flight sim video. Woohoo! But yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you next one. Okay, guys, adios. Goodbye. Hang on. Yeah, goodbye.